What are you doing with your nose in my Twinkie bag again? Ah! Dude. Hey, listen. Let me explain something to you. You had your snacks. We went to the park. You went for a walk. You just had your dinner with chicken thigh meat and everything. And you're still nosing? What is it that you want? Huh? What is it? What are you looking at? Oh, that's the happy box. You want something from the happy box? You want something from the happy box? I heard that. Oh, you do. Is that what you want? Okay. Oh, you got it. Oh, that's such a good boy. Such a good boy. You think I can get something out of here? Huh? Hold on. Oh, good catch. Oh, bad camera work. Good boy. You're such a good catcher. Huh? Yeah, it was a little... He does the little silent ones. Usually not a bark. Oh, good boy. Okay. We don't want to overdo it. Ooh, wait, I think there's only one left. We might as well empty the bag, okay? Oh, there's a couple of smallies in here. A couple of smallies. You ready? Good catch. Okay. I love your little silent ones. Okay, that's it. That's all we got. Okay, lick the nibbles off. That's it. Oh, I don't know. There's some crumbs in here that I hate to throw out. Yeah. There you go. Okay, that's all the crumbs. It's all gone. I don't think there's anything left in there, brother. Okay. Nope, it's all done. It's all done. Okay? All done. There's my boy. All right. Hi, puppy. Hello. You driving today? Okay. Hi, everyone. I hope the lighting is okay. So I'm out in the truck, so I'm comfortable out here, but I also wanted to talk about, I've been getting some messages more than usual lately about air conditioning, and I think it's because I've mentioned in some recent videos, you know, how we had the 100-degree weather before we left Arizona, and how we were kind of inside the rig with the air conditioner running. And I think that has triggered some of these messages that I've gotten from folks asking about, you know, how to run an air conditioning system. What do they need to run an air conditioning system? And, you know, I installed my air conditioner, was it 2 years ago? Possibly 3 years ago. And, you know, so those videos are very old. You can definitely go back and look at it. I wanted to address it today after we've had the air conditioner in use now for 2 or 3 years. I can't remember. It's been either 2 or 3 years. So the folks that have been messaging me are people that are like building their rigs. They're designing and planning and building their rigs. And they want to put air conditioning in. And they're asking, you know, a lot of questions about what do they need to run an air conditioner. And so I want to give my perspective on it from someone that has used an air conditioner in an ambulance for 2 or 3 years now. So let me tell you, how do we use our air conditioner? How do we run it here? So when we run the air conditioner, if it's sunny and the sun is right up above and really hitting the panels good, I run the air conditioner just straight off of the solar system and off of the batteries. And if the sun is strong enough on the panels, my batteries will stay at 100% and the air conditioner will run, and it's running from all the excess power that the solar panels have. You know, they're producing enough power to keep the batteries topped up and run the air conditioner. So under certain conditions, and we've done this, you know, many times, the batteries stay fully topped up and the air conditioner runs. And that's because I have you know, over 1100 watts of solar panels up top. If I didn't have that much solar panel wattage, we wouldn't have enough power, excess power, to run the air conditioner. So we run it off of the solar system when the sun lets us, you know, when the sun is at a good angle on the panels and it's producing enough power. Now as the sun, you know, it starts to get later in the day and the angle on the panels isn't quite as direct, start to get an angle, and then I'll see the batteries start to come down. You know, and that's fine. So now it's using partial solar and partial battery power. And then as the sun weakens and weakens more and more on the panels, the amount of battery that it's using becomes greater and greater, and the batteries start dropping off more and more. So depending on what the weather is, that might be when I just shut off the air conditioner because the temperature has dropped off enough that we can just turn on the fans and we'll be okay going into the evening time. But there are some days, if it's very hot, you know, 100 degrees, it's not going to cool off until, you know, way after the sun goes down, because the ground is so superheated from the sun all day. The truck gets superheated on the outside. And so those days I get out my gas generator. I have it's a 3200 watt gas generator. And I put that out and it runs this air conditioner without a problem. My air conditioner is a 5000 BTU, just a standard household window unit, and it draws like 450 watts. That's it. It's not a lot. So my gas generator, once the air conditioner is up and running and it's on the compressor, you know how air conditioners cycle on and off of the compressor depending on the temperature, okay? When it's on the compressor, I can click my gas generator down to economy mode and it just is barely above idle to put out that 450 watts. It just kind of puts right along, and we've done that, you know, for hours at a time. Now the only problem comes in is if the air conditioner cycles and that compressor kicks back on and my gas generator is on the economy mode, it can't make that jump fast enough and my inverter will flip back over to the batteries because the gas generator can't make that amperage jump fast enough. So the way it works out in my truck, on a 100-degree day, that air conditioner never cycles. It stays on the compressor all day just to keep the truck at like 71 degrees on a 100-degree day. You know, and I'm talking we're in full sunlight, no shade at all. That thing will stay on the compressor all day to keep us at like 71 degrees on a 100-degree day. So my gas generator just sits out there and puts, and we can run it up until, you know, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then the temperature starts to drop off outside. Then the air conditioner is now really cooling the inside, and now it's going to want to start to cycle off and back on. And when that happens, that's when I just basically turn off the gas generator, because I would have to run it on its non-economy setting, which is, you know, really revving up for it to handle that compressor kicking on and off. So that sounds like a lot, right? Like a lot to juggle and manage, and it is. And that brings me to a big point I want to make. I use our air conditioner like as an emergency tool. I don't run it day in and day out. I only run that when it becomes so hot that it's like dangerous hot outside, and that we can't get any relief by coming inside the truck, or, you know, because we're sitting in the sun all the time because of the solar system. So we can't typically, in most cases, we can't just go outside and go in the shade. Sometimes we can do that. We have shade nearby, but many times we don't have shade nearby the truck. So the only relief you can get is to come inside the truck with the fans blowing on you, so you're out of the sun. So when we get to the point where we can't cool off enough just with the fans and sitting in the truck, that's when I run the air conditioner. And temperature-wise, that needs to be 89, 90 degrees and above. Anything below that, like up mid to upper 80s, we can handle that without the air conditioner. Because when it's typically that warm, the places we go, it's only a few days, like a heat spike, where we're having to put up with this. And it doesn't get up to an uncomfortable point until, like, depending on the day and everything, but usually 1 or 2 p.m. is when it gets really hot, because the truck has now all heated up. It's like heat soaked from the sun and the temperature. So it doesn't get uncomfortable until 1 or 2 p.m. And then by 4 and 5 p.m., and I'm talking this is like winter season kind of heat spikes. 4 or 5 p.m., the sun starts losing its severity, and then everything starts to actually cool off. And so you only have a few hours of real warmth, I'm going to call it. And we've learned to handle that, because the alternative is you turn on the air conditioner and now you're inside the truck, windows closed up. I have to run a fan to recirculate the air in here when I'm running the air conditioner, because I mounted it so low. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't mount it down that low. So you have to keep pushing the warm air that's up here down to that air conditioner. Without that recirculating fan, the area around the air conditioner will get super chilly, right? But the other end of the truck and up can still be really uncomfortable warm. So I have to keep moving that air around to keep pushing it down to the air conditioner. So that's how we use our air conditioner. I hope that made some sense. It's a combination of solar panels, batteries, and then my gas generator. So that's how we use our air conditioner. And again, I only use it like as an emergency tool when it has become unsafe hot. I see Lefty with the tongue hanging out of the side of his mouth and he's really uncomfortable. That's when I say, okay, we're going inside. We're going to turn on the AC and close up and stay inside to stay safe, actually. That's how I treat the air conditioner. It's not something that I ever use like on a daily basis. It's only going to be 80 degrees, but I'm going to run the air conditioner all day. That's not me. And that's what I wanted to address with everyone that has questions about an air conditioning system. If you're thinking that you're going to run it like you would if you're in your house and the AC is just on and it's only 77 degrees outside, but you've got the air conditioner on, that's going to be tough. That's going to take a lot of power. I'm going to say you're going to need an external generator. I only have 400 amp hours of batteries. That's going to be changing soon. I just got an email that something has been delivered. 1, 2, 3, 4 200 amp hour lithium batteries. You may recognize the name Ampere Time. Same company. They've just done a name change. So this is Ampere Time, and they have sent me these 4, and I'm going to be swapping out my Chin's batteries, and this is going to give me double the power. I'm going to now have 800 amp hours, and then I'm going to have a couple of Chin's 200 amp hour batteries that are a little over a year old that I'm probably going to give away to one of you. So stick around while we're here in New York. We're going to get these installed. It's going to take some reconfiguring of my battery cabinet, but we'll get it figured out. Not a big deal. I'm going to have to make up some new cables to join these all together. We live our lives from our solar and our battery powers. That's how we live our lives. And the more power that we have, the more comfortable we can be. So these new lead time batteries, Ampere Time, lead time, they're running a Father's Day promotion right now. I'll put all the info down in the video description. I've got a discount code for you if you're interested in making purchases. And I really want to thank Lead Time for providing Lefty and me with more power to live our lives. Thank you, Lead Time. I'm going to be up to 800 amp hours of battery soon, doubling what I currently have. Still, that doesn't mean I'm going to run my air conditioner all the time, because it's a lot to manage. You know, I have to be sure that the air conditioner doesn't cool the truck down so much that it starts cycling if I'm running it off the gas generator, because then it'll kick off and I'll be back on the batteries. So it's just not something that I use all the time, because it's a tool. I use it as a tool, and I only use it when I feel like we really need it. So for those of you that are thinking about putting an air conditioning system in and what is it going to take, you've got to think more about where are you really going to be going to camp. If you're planning on you're going to go camp in Death Valley, 100 degrees plus, then you've got to build your whole rig around an air conditioning system. You're going to need a lot of batteries, way more than what I've got. You're going to need an external gas generator to use to fill in the gaps. You're going to have to really put a lot of money and dedicate a lot of space and build a very, very robust battery, electronics, solar system, way more than what I've got, if that's your plans. I don't think a lot of you out there that are planning to start traveling are planning to go regularly camp in 100-degree weather, because, who would want to do that, right? But the best of us, most everyone I know, you try to stay in the 70 to 80-degree range and you move around. But even when you're in a place and it's 70 degrees, you could get a few days of a heat spike, right? And all of a sudden it's 90 for 3 days. That's when the air conditioner comes into play. In my mind and in my life, in our experience, that's where the air conditioner comes in. We get snafu'd, we're in a good location temperature-wise, but suddenly there's a heat spike. Boom, we have the tool to handle that, and that tool is our air conditioner. We run that only when I feel like it's really necessary to keep us safe and comfortable when it gets way unbearable. We can handle, like I said, up into the mid and upper 80s. We've handled that on short sun days. And what I mean is not middle of the summer where it's a 16-hour sunny day, which means if it's going to be 90 degrees on a summer day, it's going to be 90 by 9 a.m. and it's going to be 90 until 9 p.m. Those kind of days, you're going to be running that AC like for 12 straight hours. So I've learned to don't plan to camp where it's going to be super hot, but even when you do that, you're going to have heat spikes where you're going to need an emergency tool. That emergency tool is going to be your air conditioner. The point I'm trying to get across to these folks that have asked me about the air conditioning system is it really more you need to think about what are your plans and where are you going to go camp, okay? If you're going to do like I do and like most other people I know, it's 70 to 80 degrees and we live those temperatures all day every day without running an air conditioner. Oh, by the way, I added some new shirts to the store with the combo logo. Lefty's in front, of course. So if any of you want to jump over to the t-shirt store, you'll see them with this new combo logo. For those of you, again, that are thinking about putting the air conditioning system in your truck, is it a great thing to have? Absolutely. It's a great tool to have. But you have to really look at what are your plans and, you know, be honest. If you can't handle temperature above 76 degrees, and I'm just using that as an arbitrary number, then you're going to have to design in a really super robust battery system with a lot of panels. And that's absolutely doable, you know. A lot of people have that. You can do it. It's, you know, it's cost, it's space. It can be some weight, you know. They're not the heaviest batteries, but they can add up if you're going to be putting in 5,000 amp hours, you know. Me jumping up to 800 amp hours, I can't even yet imagine what that's going to be like as far as our lifestyle changes and what that's going to let us do. You know, during the winter time when the sun is at a very steep angle, it takes a good portion of the day to get the batteries back up to 100% because we've drawn them down overnight. Fridge, freezer, WeBoost, you know, if I'm using the television or whatever at night. But, you know, lithium batteries can regularly go down to 10% and they stay healthy. Actually, you know, taking them down to 10 and up to 80 is their sweet spot. That's what they like to do. So there's no problem doing that. But in the wintertime, your hours of charging are lessened because you got shorter days and you got steep sun angle. So I don't know what kind of improvement the 800 amp hours is going to give us, but I do believe that we're going to have less drawdown at night and should be able to get them back up to 100% faster in the morning. I'm going to estimate how many times a year we run that air conditioner. So I'm going to just go over the last year, and I'm going to say for the entire year, we ran that air conditioner maybe 20 days. But keep in mind, I'm here in New York typically May, June, and many times July. But if I was not here, like our first year, we went back out on the road. We went to a location, high elevation, where we were cool and we didn't need the air conditioner. Even being out on the road and spending a whole bunch of time in the desert Southwest, you know, I think 20 is even high. I bet you it's more like 15 days that we use the air conditioner. Because, you know, we move, we don't go to locations where it's super hot. We used it more when we were stuck in Arizona because of the breakdown on the rig, and we stayed there longer than we normally would have, and the temperatures jacked up. So we used it, you know, days in a row. That's very uncommon for us. Not common at all to use that AC for days in a row because we're always moving around, we're staying cool, and we don't go to places where it's super hot. So I hope that I feel like I'm jumbling this all up. As much as it's important to plan and build your air conditioning system, it's more important to figure out what your goals are before you go to put one in. Where are you going to camp? What's your comfort level with temperatures? So I hope this helped out some of you. I know that, again, I've been receiving a lot of messages about air conditioning systems. We've been living with one for 2-3 years. So this is just my experience with it. Like a lot of things that we carry, it's a tool. I treat it just like a tool, and I only use it when I need it. I don't use it excessively. And we stay plenty comfortable year-round between the air conditioner when we need it, the heater when we need it, and we're able to stay comfortable. So I hope this helped folks out. Everybody take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again really soon.